What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, and we are back with another daily trade review. Today was a good day. We had a decent day in the market today. Today was a day that pretty much everything on our watch list was kind of running when the market opened. Some for the good, some for the bad. We actually had a couple of stocks that we were planning to possibly go down that didn't. We didn't have any bias on it, so we ended up flipping and playing it in the direction that was going. And then we just traded what the charts were showing us today. We were using our larger time frame analysis, the 15 and the 30, to kind of guide us in our trades. And we took advantage of that and made some money. So let's go ahead. Let's pull up the thumbnail watch list. Oops. There we go. Hit the wrong button. So you see the watch list there today. We have SIGA. That's on there just because I was looking at it, not to particularly trade, but just seeing what it was doing. Some people had called it out. But we did have AMD, we had Apple, Facebook, AMC. Again, AMC was on there to see where we wanted to close out our covered calls that we had. Held on to them a little bit, so we gave back some profit, but we still closed those out. Ended up buying another one. So closed the one out. We took the profit off of that one. Purchased another one, getting a credit. So when you sell that covered call, the market gives you the credit. And now we'll just hold that one to see what AMC does. AMC goes down again. We'll make money on that covered call. AMC does not go down or it goes up. We'll just hold it until it either expires, worthless, or somebody will exercise their right to purchase the contract and we'll sell our shares. Either way, we make money. Had Amazon on there, again, just trying to see what it was doing a day after the split. Had Target on the list to go low. Had it on the list to go low today. And guess what? We played it to go higher. Had NVDA. And of course, the markets. And we took a trade on the SPY. And we took a trade on the Qs. So let's go ahead. Let's take a peek at that in TRADERVUE and see how that looks. Make sure I hit the right button there. And if y'all haven't already hit that like button, please do so. Please do so. But we see we're reviewing trades for... hoping you can hear me. I got this mic way up. Let me push it down. We're reviewing trades for June 7th, Tuesday. Took 4 trades today. Closed P&L 194. Nice solid day. 4 trades, 3 green, 1 red. We also took a late day trade in our main account on a stock that was just tearing. I think it was AERC was the name of it. Sat back down, saw it running, took a quick trade on it, made some money. But this is what we did on the small account. 102 on Target. Took 3 contracts on that one. 1 contract on the SPY. That was our loser trade for the day. We took one just almost, I guess as most people like to say, as a starter position. Just took it anticipating a move. You've heard me say it before. You anticipate a lot of times it's going to burn you. That's what that one did. We took 2 on the Qs. Nice solid trade. We took 1 on that last trade of the day. Again, that was one that we entered in, giving it a little extra room and kind of just managed it as it was playing out. Got what we can get out of it. So that's what we did today. Let's go ahead. Let's get the charts pulled up. We can actually take a look at the trades. So let's go ahead, pull up that first one. And we'll come back, talk about the SPY once we get to reviewing it. So this was Target today. Target had gapped down Target had gapped down pretty doggone good on news that was not so much to the good side in Target's favor. And we see Target ran on the open. And let's see where we got in this trade. So we entered the trade. Let's blow those up. 941. 941. And this was one that I was discussing in RT's chat room as it was taking place. Did that put it? It did. It did. Uh-oh. Come on, get out of there. I don't want it to do that. Why are you doing this? All right, hold on. Let's go back to auto. Shrink them down a little bit. And this here must have 2 days turned on. Nope. I set to 5 minute. Okay, see? That's what happens when you don't fully look at your charts and prep. Let's change this to today 1 minute. And now we can put it on there. 941. There we go. All right. Let's remove that because that should not be there. All right, so 941. This is what we were looking at. Again, we're playing target to go down. That's why it's on the watch list. But this thing opened and made a nice move on good volume. That was pretty much high of the morning volume. Chopped along, came here, set this nice bottoming tail. We wanted to get in right here. Got in a little late, kind of chased it up a little bit. And then we held on this for 9 minutes. We got out of this at 9:50. And at the time, Evan over in RT's chat room was like, why did you get out of that? That thing is still moving. Pretty much got out because I got what I wanted out of the trade. And it kind of came back and tagged me. I chased my stop up way too tight, tell you the truth. Set that stop way too tight. Possibly could have did a either 5 minute bar by bar or a 2 minute bar by bar. So basically setting it right here. When this stock, or when this one closes, move it up to here. We see had we done that, we wouldn't have stopped out until all the way up here. But those are those lessons learned. Again, we made 102 on these. Paid 110 per contract. We sold them for 144. We made 102. So we basically made 50% on this trade. We paid 220 for it and we made 104. So solid trade. Definitely a solid trade. Let's as we get moving along, I should have done a lot of this, so y'all have to excuse me. This one is not showing where I can equities get rid of the volume because we don't need to see that. There we go. That way we'll look at some of these on the 15 minute as we get into some of the later trades just to kind of see what kind of confirmation we were showing. This one's not going to show any because we trade in the first 2 candles. So that was our first trade of the day. Nice solid trade. Next trade was the SPY. Let's take a peek at the SPY. So we see SPY opened below previous day's high. Kind of chugged along right up to previous day's high. Look at those wicks coming right up to it. Look at that. Came back. This was trading in a range. So this had gotten stuck between the VWAP previous day's low. I might have said previous day's high just a minute ago. Previous day's low. And then you also had the 50 moving average tucked up in there. So this was kind of wedged in between. And we got in this trade at 1014. Let's see where 1014 is at. 1014. So this green candle on the 1, the red candle on the 2. And that's how you get different pictures from candle to candle. Let's go back up. Let's blow up our 15. And this is what we were seeing. So this came up to previous day's low, pull back, retest. Without this junk right here, could have got in right here on the retest, or waited and got in where we got in at. Only downside is that on that is this wick right here. That's going to give us a little problem, which we see that is exactly what it did. We were playing puts if you hadn't guessed. Got in right here. Shabam. Look at what that thing did. It just turned all the way against us. We stopped out at 1022. 1022. Bam. We stopped out as this thing broke VWAP, broke 50 moving average, and then it just went on its way. So, not really a good trade. I could see why I possibly thought about doing it. Again, we're getting the M top right there. But we got support. We got the 50 moving average, which is an exponential moving average. We have the VWAP, which we know VWAP can act as support. And we're just wedged in between there. So this had no room really to go either way until it broke out of one of the ways. It broke out to the top side. So that was a losing trade. That was a losing trade, but we took our stop and we lost 25 bucks. So not good, but not bad. Not bad. We could have drunk the hopium and said, okay, let's let this go back up and retest this again. And it's going to push it back down. And we probably would have been out about $75. So taking that stop, that's smart. Take the stop. If you were right, it's going to come back down and give you another opportunity. And if you were wrong, suck it up. You was wrong. But next trade, the Qs. Let's see what the Qs was looking like. Qs was almost a photocopy of the SPY. Gap down. This one pulled back up. Again, it's in that range. You got the VWAP, 50 moving average, previous day's low. And then you had some price action areas that I had marked on the chart. But this broke previous day's low, came back down, came back up, setting a lower high. That might make you think that it's changing direction. Comes back down, sets a lower low, pulls back up to previous day's low, and then it went. So let's see where we got in this trade. We got in this one at 1033. 1033. Bam. All right, there we go. 1033. So, as described, came up, set a higher low, but then it set a lower high, a lower low. This thing is like indecision central. Comes back up, sets a even high, makes this move, giving us a higher high by a little bit. We said, all right, we want to be a part of the trade right here. So we got in right there. Again, let's take a look at the 15. 15 is probably not going to show much though. Again, just because we're in these early stages, it is kind of showing you a little bit of strength right there. But the 2 minute was showing me pretty much everything I needed to see. Let's look at the 5 real quick. Da, da, da. 5, same, came back, just tightens it up. 5 just tightens it up. So on the open, this came up, pulled back, setting that higher higher low from the initial open. Wouldn't want to get in right here on this pullback and confirmation because you got the 50 previous days and this little area right here. But once it cleared all of that, then I was like, all right, let me go ahead and get in on it. This little price action didn't give us no problems. We see it busted right through that, and we held on to this until 1051. Let's see what 1051 looks like. Bam. So it was pulling back. That's on the 5. Let's peek at it on the 2. That's the 2. So we got in here, played this thing up, chasing it with our stop. And when it finally rolled back over, we went on and stopped out, making 98 bucks on the trade. These here, we paid $99 per contract. We bought 2 of them, sold them for $148, made 98 bucks per contract. So we were in the trade a little less than 200 bucks, 198, and we sold it and made 98. We doubled our money again, or not double, but 50%. So nice solid 50% gains. Not gonna get that putting your money in the bank. So nice solid trade there. And then our last trade of the morning came at 11 o'clock. This time, let's go ahead, put it on the chart, and then we'll look at it. We'll talk about it. We'll see what we were thinking. So this was 1105. Let's find 1105. That's that candle right there. So we already discussed all of this. Came back up. Got to here. We want to get in this. If this candle could break over this junk right there, it did. Made this move up. Came back down. We got out. Now look at what it's doing. It's consolidating. It's dropping. Now it just set a lower high. Drops again. Here would have been decent. We got in at 1105 and 3. So we probably got in this more so up in this area, which is a good entry. Probably somewhere's around there. So we'll remove that arrow. So got in there. We're going to put our stop up here. But again, we bought 1 contract. So we could afford to give this a little extra room. Let's see where we got out of this bad boy at it. We got out at 1138. 1138. Where's that at? That's that candle right there. We might have got in a little further down on that one. I'm not sure. But it did what we wanted it to do. It came down, kind of pulled back because it was a little extended right there. So pull back, drop back down, and then we chased our stop with this one. Me and Evan was chatting again as I was trading this one. And I was almost somewhat just ready to get out of this trade. So kind of chased it, stopped us out, made $19 on this one. Can't remember what the delta was on that, but it did pull back, dropped again. My area to take profit was for it to come down to the VWAP. So when it started doing this, I was like, all right, trade is done. Let me get my profit. Let me run. We do see it came back, tested this area we had marked on the chart, dropped down to VWAP, and then it just kind of chopped along. And that's the importance of marking the charts with your areas. That is so important to mark the charts with your price action areas so that you know where to possibly either cut bait and run if it turns, or to start to look to take profits. Trading options and only buying 1 or 2 contracts. I usually don't like sell just one contract. I used to. I would sell one, hold the other one. I found that it's best if I'm going to sell one, I'm seeing something that tells me I should just go ahead and sell 2. But if you're holding 500,000 shares or something, you might want to sell half of your shares right there, and then possibly sit through this pullback and let it come on back down, possibly putting the stop right here so that you can capture some of that profit if it does roll back up on you. But with options, I don't really play them that way. Let's look at it on the 5 real quick. So on the 5, it was the same thing. Look at that move. That's a pretty explosive move. Stopped out right there for a nice gain. We saw that it had gotten heavy. Got in right here. We got the little slight pullback. Drop down back again. Stopped us out right there. Test VWAP. Test that area. And then it just chopped along. And then it went. Made a nice move and finished. This is still, let me see. Nope. All right. I was about to say this one might still have after hours on. Some of these still do. But this one is just showing us market time. We see that it closed nice on the day. But that was our day. And again, that's how I use my daily high, daily low indicators on my charts. That's how I use my moving averages. And I have moving averages on all of my charts. A lot of them are just set at different time frames. So like this one here, we have the VWAP, the 50. On my actual 15-minute chart, when I'm trading, it has the 50 and the 9 moving average. Basically every chart I use has the 50 moving average set to an hourly time frame. And I do that so that every chart is showing me the same indicator. So if you look here, you see 306.05 for this broken line. That's on a 5-minute. You come over here to the 15, 306.05. This is on a 15-minute chart, but it's giving me the time frame for a hourly time frame. And same way, like I say, every chart has it set the same way, 306.05. So no matter what I change that to, it is going to be giving it to me based off of this chart. And the reason I do that is because on the hourly, the 50 is respected, and I can transfer it over to all my other charts and see that it's being respected. So if you were to set the 50 moving average to probably a 2-minute chart, it's going to give you another look. It's not going to put that. It's not going to put this right here. It's going to set it based on whatever the 50 moving average is for a 2-minute time frame. So it's going to use a lot more candles in there, if that makes sense. But go ahead and wrap this one up. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If so, as always, please hit the like button. It doesn't cost you a thing. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. Once you do, click that notification bell, click all, and that way you will be notified whenever I make these videos. And if you would like for me to make a video for how to set up that daily high low indicator, that's all it is. It's just a study inside of these studies. I was actually thinking I needed to make one. I was trying to figure out how to do it, and then I found it, and then I just customized it to work the way I needed it to work. So I wasn't able to share the actual study, but I can make a video on how to quickly add that to your charts. And when I say quickly, it does not take long at all. So on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, and we will be back at it again tomorrow. Peace.